Hello there, friends. Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library. And Ling and I are here today to talk to you about a book that we think is absolutely fantastic. We did talk about the first book a while back when we first read it, and this is actually the second book in the series, and we are just absolutely thrilled to let you know that it holds up to the first book and is just as good, if not better, than the first book. This book has lots of adventure, it has friendship, it has danger, magic. Oh, it's just absolutely fantastic. So, what in the world am I talking about, right? This book is called Legends of the Lotus Island. And this one is the second book in the series, and it's called Into the Shadow Mist. The very first one was called The Guardian Test. But this one is the second book, and it's called Into the Shadow Mist. This is by Christina Soontornvat, which, if you've read anything by her before, you know she's an absolutely fantastic author. I love everything that I've read by her so far. But this series in particular, I think, is really, really very special. So first things first, I want to say it is very short, as you could probably already tell. It's barely over 100 pages. It's like maybe 130 pages altogether. It's a very fast story. It moves very quickly. They have really cute little pictures at the beginning of each chapter, which is a thing that I really love, but there are also really great pictures throughout the book as well. Lots of really great illustrations that just really accentuate the story, okay? So this is a really great series that I like to recommend for reluctant readers or for readers who are trying to maybe get into this fantasy genre and they're not really sure about it yet. If you're having trouble getting into a book or you're having trouble reading, this series is absolutely perfect for that because it grabs your attention, it doesn't let you go, but also it's just really fun, and like I said, it's got action and adventure, and it's very short. The chapters are very short too, so you can, you don't have to marathon it through, read the whole thing all at once like I did. You don't have to do that. You can read a couple chapters at a time. It's perfect. So this story is about Plum and her friends who are training to be guardians. Basically what that is they can transform into these giant mythical animals that can then help protect their world, from whatever dangers there are, right? So there's 3 different types of guardians, and Plum in the last book was struggling to turn into her animal, and she finally did. This time, the school is breaking them all up into little groups, and they're sending them to different places to continue their study. So Plum and a couple of her friends are sent to a place called the Boktai Islands, and at first she's not really sure about this. It's kind of gloomy. It's this big forest with lots of trees. Their instructor is kind of not what they would expect an instructor to be. He's a little bit odd and just doesn't seem to be a real teacher. He gives them really like cryptic messages and doesn't explain things very well. But there is a danger to this island. The trees are getting cut down and destroyed by this outside source that people can't find. It's this shadow that comes, and when it happens, nobody can figure out what's going on. So Plum is also struggling with the fact that she is supposed to be a healing, right? Her magic is supposed to be healing and helping things grow, but she's finding that it's not really doing what it's supposed to be doing. Yes, she turned into her animal that she was supposed to, but ever since then, she still can't really get her powers under control. But one thing she is able to do is she can help reinforce other people's powers. And this is not something that they have ever seen before, but when she is with her friends, she can use her abilities to strengthen theirs and be sort of almost like a conduit for more magic to them. And this is not anything she is very proud of. She's kind of scared, thinking, well, this isn't anything anybody's talked about before. Maybe I'm going to get kicked out of the school. So Plum is dealing with that as well. So we've got the danger to this forest, this Boktai forest, and we've got Plum dealing with her powers and her magic. And of course, friendship is a really, really, really big part of this book as well, with the way that Plum interacts with her peers and her teachers. And, she just wants to follow her destiny and become a really, really fantastic guardian. So there's a lot going on in this book, even though it is very, very short. I just absolutely love this series. It's really, really fun. I'm super looking forward to the next book whenever it comes out. I don't think it's been announced yet. I have looked into it, but it's definitely going to be part of a a larger ongoing series, because there are some mysteries and things like that that do not get solved by the end of this book that you're just clamoring to read more about. So I highly recommend this series altogether. I do want to tell you that you should read the Guardian test before you pick this one up. You can start with this. They do a pretty good job at explaining what happened in the first one, but to really get a good feel for the characters and stuff, I would recommend reading the Guardian test first and then this one. But don't miss this one, Legend of the Lotus Isles. Well, that's what we're super excited to talk to you about today. I hope that this book and the series in general just sounds really, really fun and awesome. You can pick them both up at Farmington Community Library. And thank you so, so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week.